Good day, everybody. Thanks for joining us at Crushing Crime. We are going to read over the search warrant in the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case. Let's just get right into the thick of it. Whereas said facts, so made known to me by such affidavit as set forth, have caused me to certify and find that there is probable cause to believe that the laws of the state of Florida relative to missing endangered persons, Florida Statute 937.021, in regard to Gabrielle Verona Petito, and that evidence connected to her whereabouts is currently located within the below described computer external storage device or devices. The description and location of computers to be searched is as follows. The computer external storage device is a black Western Digital external hard drive with the serial number blank and product number blank. The computer external storage device is located in the property evidence vault at the Northport Police Department, which is located at 4980 City Hall Boulevard, Northport, Florida 34286. The aforesaid computer is and are within the jurisdictional boundaries of Sarasota County. Therefore, these presents are a command to you with the proper and necessary assistance, including off-site forensic computer analyst experts, either in the daytime or in the nighttime, as the exigencies of the situation may demand or require on Sundays or holidays, to search the said computer described above and seize as evidence any of the following. Number one, any and all external storage devices, commercial software and hardware, computer disks, disk drives, tape drives, disk application programs, data disks, system disk operating systems, electronic mail, system storage devices, tape systems, and hard drive and other computer-related operation equipment, in addition to computer photographs, graphic interchange formats, and or photographs or other visual depictions. Number two, any digital documents, notes, or equipment relating to passwords, encryption codes, and data security devices which may restrict access to the hardware, software, or data. Number three, all data and files associated with the external storage device listed above, including password-protected files, both text and image types, that may include but are not limited to doc, text, GIF, etc., or JPEG, that can be stored or saved by these suffixes, or they can be renamed and saved under different titles. Number four, files that show emails, text messages, and all internet browsing history. Number five, computer files showing ownership, possession, or control of computers and electronic storage devices, to include but not limited to email associated files, and any other evidence relating the subject matter of this warrant that could be used or has been used in violation of the laws of the state of Florida, in order that evidence may be procured to be used in the prosecution of the criminal laws of the state of Florida, and make return of your doings under this warrant to me or to my signed designated clerk within 10 days of the date hereof, and give proper receipts for any property taken hereunder, and deliver a copy of this warrant to the person at whom directed. You are further directed to bring the evidence so seized, if it be of a contraband nature, before a court having jurisdiction to be disposed of and dealt with according to law. Given under my hand and seal this day, September 15th, 2021. Signed electronically by Circuit Judge of the 12th Judicial Court. In the court of the 12th Judicial Court in and for Sarasota County, Florida, the search warrant affidavit and application for the computer external storage devices. Stated as follows. Before me, a judge of the Circuit Court, personally or sworn or by sworn attestment, appeared Detective Officer Daniel Alex, number 398, a duly sworn law enforcement officer of the Northport Police Department, state of Florida, who, after being first properly sworn, deposes and says that he or she has probable cause to believe and does believe that the laws of the state of Florida have been violated, to wit, The laws relating to missing endangered person controlled by Florida State Statute 937.021 in regard to what W/F Gabriel Venora Petito, her date of birth is listed, that the officer has reason to believe and does believe that evidence connected with the investigation is currently contained within the computer external storage devices described below. The description and location of the computer external storage device to be searched are as follows. The computer external storage device is a black Western Digital external hard drive serial number and product number as described in the document. The computer external storage device is located in the property evidence vault at the Northport Police Department. The aforesaid computer external storage device is located within the jurisdictional boundaries of Sarasota County. Grounds for issuance. The following grounds for issuance of a search warrant as required by Florida statutes exist, to wit. Florida statutes provides that a warrant to search an item, structure, or conveyance other than a dwelling may be issued when any property constitutes evidence relevant to proving that a felony has been committed. See Florida Statute 933.02, parentheses 3. Probable cause for issuance. Your affiant has probable cause to believe the above-named crime has been committed, and the evidence may be discovered for the following reasons. Number one, your affiant is a detective with the Northport Police Department and is currently assigned to the Criminal Investigative Division. Your affiant has been a police officer for approximately 10 years and has been assigned to the Criminal Investigative Division for 9 months. Your affiant is charged with the responsibility of investigating crimes such as crimes against persons or property and the investigation of missing persons. Number two, the subject, Gabrielle Venora Petito, and her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, left from New York State sometime in mid-June 2021 for a vacation to Utah, traveling a variety of national parks along the way. While they were on their trip, they documented some of the events on a YouTube video, Van Life, beginning our van life journey. Number three, during the trip, the subject sent multiple text messages and had many talks with her mother, Nicole Schmidt, via cell phone communication using her subscriber number issued by T-Mobile. During these conversations, there appeared to be more and more tension between her and Laundrie. Number four, on 8/12/21, a report was generated by the Moab City Police Department, Moab, Utah, referenced a domestic violence disturbance between the subject and Laundrie. In the report, Officer Robbins wrote, "After evaluating the totality of the circumstances, I do not believe the situation escalated to the level of a domestic assault as much as that of a mental health crisis." Officer Robbins stated that the subject was having a severe case of anxiety per the subject's testimony on scene. Laundrie also told the responding officers that he was concerned about the subject because her anxiety had worsened during their extended trip. Number five, on August 27th, 2021, the subject's mother, Nicole Schmidt, received an odd text from the subject. The text message read, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." The reference to Stan was regarding to her grandfather, but per the mother, she never calls him Stan. The mother was concerned that something was wrong with her daughter. Number six, this was the last communication anyone had with the subject. Her cell phone was no longer operational, and she stopped posting anything on social media about their trip. Per her family, this was not normal behavior for the subject, and they became more worried about her. Number seven, on September 11, 2021, the subject was entered as a missing person by the Suffolk County Police Department in New York. Based on the reports from the Moab City Police Report, it appears the subject is also endangered due to mental health concerns. Number eight, on September 11, 2021, the subject's van, a white Ford Transit bearing Florida tag number QFTG03, was located at her address at 4343 Wabasso Avenue, Northport, Florida 34286. Per the license plate reader installed at the Sumter Boulevard exit of Interstate 75, that vehicle entered the city of Northport on September 1st, 2021 at approximately 10:26 a.m. Number 9, Brian Laundrie's family stated that the subject was not at the residence and they did not know her whereabouts. They refused to allow Brian to speak with law enforcement and directed the officers on scene to speak with their attorney. Number 10, based on the totality of the circumstances related to the subject's mental health, I believe there is probable cause to believe that the subject is unable to care for herself due to her increased anxiety. Due to this behavior, our concerns for her welfare have reached an exigent level. Her cell phone has been turned off for approximately 15 days, and there have been no sightings of her since August 27, 2021. Number 11, on 9/14/21 at approximately 7 p.m., a signed search warrant was executed for the subject's vehicle, 2012 Ford Transit van, at the Northport Police Department. Within the subject's vehicle, the crime scene technicians located a black Western Digital external hard drive with the following serial number and product number. Number 12, this computer external storage device is potentially the subject's property, and due to that, it may contain a viable digital forensic data that could assist in the location of said missing endangered subject. Your affiant knows that computer hardware, software, and electronic files may be important to a criminal investigation in two distinct ways. Number 1, the objects themselves may be contraband evidence, instrumentalities, or fruits of a crime, and/or number 2, the objects may be used as storage devices that contain contraband evidence, instrumentalities, or fruits of a crime in the form of electronic data. This affidavit also requests permission to search the computer hardware that may contain said electronic data, and if it becomes necessary for reasons of practicality, to remove the hardware and to conduct a search off-site. Your affiant believes that in this case, the computer hardware is a container for evidence, a container for contraband, and also itself an instrumentality of the crime under investigation. Based on your affiant's knowledge, training, and experience, your affiant knows that searching and seizing information from computers often requires agents to seize most or all electronic storage devices along with related peripherals, to be searched later by a qualified computer expert in a laboratory or other controlled environment. This is true because of the following: the volume of evidence. Computer storage devices like hard disks, diskettes, tapes, laser disks, flash drives, and can store the equivalent of millions of pages of information. Searching this vast amount of information is a very time-consuming task. This sorting process can take weeks or months depending on the volume of data stored, and it would be impractical and invasive to attempt this kind of data search on site. Number 2, technical requirements. Searching computer systems for criminal evidence is a highly technical process requiring expert skill and properly controlled environment. The vast array of computer hardware and software available requires even computer experts to specialize in some systems and applications, so it is difficult to know before a search which expert is qualified to analyze the system and its data. In any event, however, data search protocols are exacting scientific procedures designed to protect the integrity of the evidence and to recover even hidden, erased, compressed, password protected, and encrypted files. Because computer evidence is vulnerable to inadvertent or intentional modification or destruction, both from external sources or from destructive code embedded in the system, such as a booby trap, a controlled environment may be necessary to complete an accurate analysis. Further, such searches often require the seizure of most or all of a computer's systems, input, output, peripheral devices, related software, documentation, and data security devices, including passwords, so that a qualified computer expert can accurately retrieve the system's data in a laboratory or other controlled environment. It is also necessary to seize all peripherals so that the analyst can show that the computer was in a functional operating state, and was capable of being used in the manner described in this affidavit. Number 3, necessity to search files of varying formats. Searching for a particular piece of evidence can be a painstaking and complicated process. Computer evidence may be stored in a random order with deceptive file names. File extensions can be intentionally altered to make graphic files appear to be text files and text files appear to be graphic files. Such difficulties can also arise even when the user is not intentionally trying to conceal the nature of his or her files. For example, documents are frequently stored on computers after having been scanned and converted into digital format. When stored in this manner, such documentary evidence is converted to a graphical image format, much like a photograph. Therefore, it is necessary for the forensic examiner to inspect files stored in a graphical format to see if the relevant documents have been so stored. Graphical images or pictures can be stored on a computer with either the standard graphical extensions such as JPEG, GIF, etc., or they can be embedded in other files such as word processing documents, spreadsheets and database, and PowerPoint programs. For instance, a slideshow consisting of hundreds of images can be embedded in a PowerPoint presentation program, and it would not be apparent to the examiner until opening and viewing that program. The forensic examiner, therefore, will need to view such other programs to see if the relevant graphical images are stored in such a manner. It is thus essential to search files of all types in order to ensure the requested property is discovered. This may require searching authorities to examine all the data stored to determine which particular files as evidence or instrumentalities of crime. Number 4, necessity to search software applications. Your affiant also requests to search the various software applications in the subject computer. Graphical imaging programs may contain data that shows relevant images were actually viewed by someone after being downloaded to a computer. Since it is important to determine whether any of the relevant images were actually viewed while in the subject computer, a forensic analyst will need to examine the file properties of any images found and determine whether any of these images were manipulated or viewed by any of the software resident on the computer. Number 5, necessity to establish a timeline. It is important in investigations of this manner to place the suspect behind the computer at the time of the offense. Since this evidence must frequently be proven circumstantially, the forensic examiner may need to compile a timeline of computer files that were altered at or near the time of the offense. An analysis of such files may provide evidence that the suspect was utilizing in his computer in the appropriate time frames. This is analogous to reviewing a suspect's telephone records to prove he was at home at the time of the offense. The forensic examiner may also be able to establish defendant's control over the computer and/or the relevant files by searching registry files and documents connecting the computer to a specific individual. In light of these concerns, your affiant hereby requests the court's permission to search the computer hardware and associated peripherals that are believed to contain some or all of the evidence described in the warrant, and to conduct an off-site search of the hardware for the evidence described. On the basis of the foregoing facts, affiant seeks to conduct a forensic search of any of the data stored in the aforementioned computer external media device that may be in electronic or digital format. Wherefore, your affiant respectfully requests that a search warrant be issued commanding all and singular the sheriffs and their deputies, the director of the Florida Highway Patrol and his troopers, the commissioner of the Florida Department of Enforcement and his special agents, Department of Law Enforcement and his special agents, the director of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and his officers, constables, municipal police officers, and state's attorneys investigators, all acting within their jurisdiction, either in the daytime or nighttime, as the exigencies of the occasion may demand or require, or on Sunday or holidays with proper and necessary assistance, including using forensic computer analyst experts off-site to search the above described computer and seize as evidence any of the following mentioned items. Evidence sought. Number 1, all external storage devices, commercial software and hardware, computer disks, disk drives, tape drives, disk application programs, data disks, system disk operating systems, electronic mail, system storage devices, tape systems, and hard drive, and other computer-related operation equipment, in addition to computer photographs, graphic interchange formats, and/or photographs or other visual depictions. Number 2, any digital documents, notes, or equipment relating to passwords, encryption codes, and data security devices which may restrict access to the hardware, software, or data. Number 3, all data and files associated with the external storage device listed above, including password-protected files, both text and image types that may include, but are not limited to, doc, text, GIF, JPEG, etc., that can be stored or saved by these suffixes, or they can be renamed and saved under different titles. Number 4, files that show emails, text messages, and all internet browsing history. Number 5, computer files showing ownership, possession, or control of computers and electronic storage devices, to include but not limited to email associated files, or any other evidence relating to the subject matter of this warrant that could be used to investigate a missing person, and that evidence may be procured to be used in the prosecution of the criminal laws of the state of Florida. Signed electronically by Detective Daniel Alex, number 398, the state of Florida, county of Sarasota, in addition to Detective Christopher Mackey, number 173, on the 15th day of September 2021. In the Circuit Court of the 12th Judicial Circuit in and for Sarasota County, Florida, the return of the search warrant. Received this warrant on the 15th day of September 2021 and executed the same on 16th day of September 2021 by reading this warrant to and delivering a true copy hereof by leaving a copy at the premises and searching the premises herein described. Upon the completion of said search, a written inventory of the property taken was delivered to the aforementioned person, or such a copy was left at the premises. A true and correct list of the articles taken is set forth in the following inventory. See Digital Forensics Lab Report to follow. Sarasota County, State of Florida, signed by Daniel Alex and Brandon McHale. That the detective, Daniel Alex, the officer by whom this warrant was executed, do swear that the above inventory contains a true account of all the property taken by me on said warrant. Thanks for listening.